A lot of the things we want as human beings, if you chunk them down, if you categorize them, they boil to a category that you might call experiences. For example, if you want more relationships, more sex, more free time, you want to do different activities, you want to be healthier, you want to do more exercise, more sport, you want to be better at that sport, you want to own some item, you want to influence more people. Even if you want more money, you're probably going to spend that money on some particular experience. You want to be able to provide for your family, do nice things, have nice things. You could say that almost everything that's external to ourself, external to our consciousness, our ego, our identity, our values, our beliefs, you could say that almost everything is an experience. Now, if you know what experience your customer wants, either specifically or generally, and you can show them that your product or service is capable of generating that experience or facilitating them to generate that experience, then it's going to be easy to sell to them. So that you can grasp the concept of experience, I'm going to run you through an exercise that you will later do for your customer, but now I want you personally to do the exercise. And this exercise is going to explore your ideal day. And this is an exercise that I learned from Frank Kern something like 5 years ago, and it's just absolutely a fantastic exercise. His intention when he taught it was more as a kind of self-development kind of thing to help you be more congruent to yourself, but I found that it can be very helpful if you run the exercise for your customer to find out exactly what experience they're looking for, so that you can position your product or service as a tool for getting that experience. So let's go through the exercise. I'm going to have you imagine your ideal day. This might be 1 year from now, maybe 2 years now, but sometime in the future when you've kind of done the things that you want to do between now and then, and you've reached a level where you're able to live exactly how you want to live. So feel free to sit back, get comfortable, relax in your chair, and as we go through the exercise, just think about what the answers to the questions would be. You don't have to write them down. Just get a clear image. Imagine the sensations. See pictures, hear sounds, feel feelings in your mind. You're still asleep. You're about to wake up. Maybe it's just a few minutes before you wake up in the morning. Where are you? What country are you living in? Which city are you living in? What sort of house do you live in? Who do you live with? Who else lives in your house? Who's sharing your bed? Who's asleep right next to you? Is there anybody? Do you know that person now? Or are you yet to meet them? You wake up. How did you wake up? Was there an alarm clock? Did you wake up naturally? Did someone else wake you up? What are your first thoughts as you wake up? What are your first thoughts of the day? How do you feel? When you look around the room, what do you see? Do you see someone else there? Are you in a bedroom, or are you somewhere exotic, somewhere non-typical? Maybe you're in an exotic, non-typical bedroom. What's the room like? What's the bed like? What is the furniture like? Can you hear anything? If there's someone there next to you, are they awake? Do you talk to them? What do you talk about? Do you lie in bed for a while, or do you get up straight away? How do you feel about the day? Are you looking forward to it? Do you have plans for it? Or will you take it as it comes? What's the very first thing you do? Do you go to the bathroom? What's your bathroom like? This is your ideal bathroom. Has your ideal sink, your ideal toilet, your ideal shower. Maybe after this you go and do some exercise, or maybe you eat some food. What sort of exercise would you do if you were to exercise? What sort of food would you eat? How would you feel about the food that you're eating? Is it yummy? Is it healthy? Is it fun? What are you doing through your morning? Are you working? Are you relaxing? What sort of work are you doing? Or when you relax, how do you relax? Do you spend time with someone else? Family? Friends? If you talk to other people, what do you talk about? How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? What emotions do you feel in the morning? Do you leave the house or do you stay in the house? Where do you go? What job do you work? How do you get to work if you go to work? What's your journey like? What do you eat for lunch? Who do you eat lunch with? Are you happy? Throughout your day, are you reflective or are you in the moment? How do you feel about life in general? How do you feel about the people in your life? What do your moments feel like? Get a sense of that feeling of enjoyment as you enjoy the moments of your life. Move into the afternoon and toward the end of your workday if you're working, or toward the fun of your leisure day if you're having fun. And then reflect back on the day. Just think about how you felt about it. Was this a good day? It's your ideal day. How do you feel about your ideal day when reflecting on it? And now you move into a different phase of the day, the nighttime. What do you do? Where do you go? Who do you spend time with? Do you go somewhere or do you stay in? Maybe it's time for entertainment, maybe it's time for fun, maybe it's time for talking to people. Maybe it's time for learning, maybe it's time for work. It's your ideal day. You get to do whatever you want. What experience do you choose? And after a great evening, your ideal evening, it comes time to go to bed. Do you go to bed with someone? Do you have sex? Is it good? Do you do anything else in bed? And as you go to sleep, what are your final thoughts of the day as you reflect and as you look forward to the next day? How do you feel? This has been your ideal day. You've had the ideal experience. You've done everything that you want to do. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel about the future? And then you drift off to sleep. Now, I went through this exercise rather fast, and you may not have had time to get extremely vivid, clear images and pictures and feelings. But for a moment there, you got in touch with the ideal experience that you want to have in your life. It's so personal and so special to you. Not everybody wants that experience, but for some reason, for you, that experience is exactly what you want, and you really want to get it. Now you, your customer, and I, we're all seeking an ideal experience, how we want our life to be. So you can sell to someone if you can show them how you can help them get their ideal experience. Not the whole experience, but at least you can move them toward it. What I want you to do now is do the same for your customer. So I want you to think about their ideal day. I want you to think about the people that they interact with, what their relationships with those people are like and how they feel about them. I want you to think about where they are, the places they go, the things that they have. What are the activities that they partake in? What are the behaviors that they do? What sort of capabilities do they have? Even how do they feel on a spiritual level? What are their beliefs? What are their values? What are their attitudes? What thoughts do they have? It's all about what sensory experience they have. What do they see through the day? What do they hear through the day? How do they feel? What thoughts do they have? What do they eat? What do they taste? What do they smell? So imagine a persona who represents the customers or the clients that you help. And imagine that persona's ideal day. Where are they going? What do they want to do? And I want you to write down your customer's top 10 components of that ideal day. The ones that are probably just the most appealing, the parts of the day that they want just more than anything. And when you can show how your product or service helps get those 10 experiences or components of experience, you'll be like a savior for your customer. Get as specific as you can, but don't get so specific that you alienate a large group of your customers. You want to stay general enough that almost all, something like 85 or 90% of your customers can relate to each component of experience that you mention. So do this now, being as specific or as general as you need to be. Write down your customers' top 10 components of experience in their ideal day, involving people, places, things, activities, behaviors, capabilities, values, attitudes, beliefs, thoughts, and I will see you in the next section of Pleasure on Identity.